think before I talk. So maybe I should think before, maybe next time I'll think before I talk. Maybe I should think before I talk.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Miyingg. Today I'm going to be doing a study Q&A, exams Q&A. I don't really know what, but it's basically all that umbrella. I'm going to be answering your questions while doing my makeup, so let's just get right on into the video. Okay, so we're going to start off the... Sorry guys, I just had a bit of a mind block there. We're going to start off the Q&A with the first question that was asked by Tabby Barrett. What are you taking for your GCSEs? Well, I'm going to tell you that right after I've gone and wet my sponge. And I also need to tidy this background. Done. I'm going to go with the Mac Forever. I don't know what I was doing. It's not Mac Forever, it's Makeup Forever. Come on now. HD foundation in the colour Y315. I'm taking, basically anyone out of the United Kingdom, I don't know if you're going to understand what I'm saying, but for my UK babies, you guys are going to understand. I'm taking AQA English, AQA Math, pretty sure AQA Science, as well as Triple Science, BTEC Dance, EdXL Spanish, AQA History, option D. Yeah, that's it. Wow, I love this study question, pizza or burgers? By the way, I'm ill. If you haven't realised, you probably have. What are your tips for not getting stressed about exam, and what year are you in? I'm in year 10, and tips for not getting stressed in exams is that, by the way, I'm just using the professional. I feel like you know what you know, and if you don't know something that's in the test, you're just gonna have to give it your best shot. Give me with your best shot, fire away. And yeah, that is how I live by. Skirt a lad. Literally, before I'm walking into the test, I'm freaking out, but I do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so layer R, how do I revise? Okay, I do have to say revising for each person is different. So what may work for me may not work for my sister, which may not work for my best friend, but then it may work for my cousin and my cousin's tortoise. It's how it gets into your head. Like, some people work best by talking and reading, some people do best by flashcards, but for me personally, I like to go through all my notes that I have written. For example, let's take science for example, because I find that the easiest to revise and it's what I do revise the most. Go over the notes in my book that I have taken throughout the term, throughout the weeks, whatever, and I either, if there's a page where I haven't done any highlighting, I highlight, I read through it and highlight, and page by page I rewrite it up into a revision book or into flashcards. Even though I don't really use them as flashcards, I just kind of use it as like another piece of paper to write up my notes again. So I work best by like rewriting all my notes. I also saw my friend who sits next to me in science, he uses Quizlet, which is like, I don't actually know what it is, but maybe Quizlet. There are a lot of good apps on the store. The science, oh my gosh guys, I have literally just saved your lives. freesciencelessons.com or .co.uk, I'm not too sure, but freesciencelessons.com or .co.uk is literally a guy who made a video about every subject possible for science, and all you need to do is watch his videos. They're like 4 minutes long, 5 minutes long, and you just need to like literally write down what he's saying, write down the little notes that he's got written up on the like screen. There are so many good YouTube channels as well. What is the best way to revise maths? I'm quite lucky in the fact that I understand maths quite well, but if you're someone that doesn't understand maths, you need to just do it a lot. You need to keep practicing, because maths isn't something that can just click. It's something that you have to practice over and over and over again, because you would probably forget it. Like, for example, something that I learned in year 8 that I might need for next year's GCSE, I'm not going to remember if I never go over it again. So you do have to just keep revising. So I would suggest that the weekends maybe look through the topics you've been asked to learn and just see what maybe you don't know or what you're not so confident in, and literally just do it until your hand drops off, until you're bored of saying the formula, until you're bored of whatever. But yeah, look what happened to my hands, by the way, guys. This was from this nuclear mud race that I done, and I can't straighten out, I can straighten out this hand, but I can't straighten out this hand. Basically, I done this monkey bars and you had to see how far you could go for, and I just kept going and going and going, and then I jumped off and I was like anyway, carrying on. For me, which is go follow it, goodbye. This question, what are you planning to do after your GCSEs? By edits for me. The Revolution concealer in C4. After GCSEs, I do want to move school and go to do science A-level, because I do want to do science in my future. The reason I can't stay at the school that I'm at now is because my school does not do science A-level, which is very, very depressing. And also, on top of your strand that you choose, a strand is like dance, music, whatever. If you didn't know, I go to performing arts school. You can only do one A-level on top of it, and the A-levels that I want to do are maths, chemistry and biology. So for me to stay at this school, it wouldn't be very good for my future that I want to do. So yeah, that's what I'm basically planning on doing. I don't know what sixth form I want to go to yet. If you know anyone, any good ones in central London, comment them below, guys. How often do you revise? I normally revise before a test. I just said I revise before a test. Obviously, I revise before a test. When are you gonna revise, honey? After it? I don't yet revise like every weekend. I do need to start to though. When it gets to probably like the end of May, I'm going to start revising for my GCSEs, which are in a year. I do revise just a week before a test. I feel like a week is all I need. You don't want to be overloading yourself with things to remember for like weeks and weeks and weeks on end. How to stay motivated. I literally just think to myself, if you don't revise, you're gonna have no clue what you're doing. You're gonna fail in life. You're never gonna get a job. You're never gonna get any money. You're never gonna have a house. You're gonna end up on the streets. Yeah. There you go, guys. That's just the circle you got to put yourself in. What are your secrets to revising? Now, I recently came up with like this really good thing, and by the way, I've literally just come up with this in my head, literally just this second. What I do, which I've just realized I do, is that I don't stop reading something. So say if I've written something in my book, let's say, I don't stop reading that line, that sentence, until I understand it. I understand what I'm saying, and I understand what I just wrote down. So for example, say if I wrote the formula for math, x equals minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac. Say if I wrote that, I would not stop saying that until I can say that without looking at the paper and I understand what I'm doing, if that makes sense. I feel like that's really important when you revise. Any tips for stress? Go and watch my I'm stressed video. That's all I have to say to you guys. That isn't tips for stress, but it will make you know that you are not alone. What is the most effective and fun way to revise? Also, love you so much. Love you too. I personally think the most effective way to revise is to use colour, because colour just makes you so happy. I'm just dusting this off now. I just realised I've done this before my contour. Yeah, colours, highlighters. What grade are you in? Well, I'm in year 10 in the UK, and I'm pretty sure that means I'm in grade 9 in America, I think. Don't take my word for that. I just had a stutter. How did you decide what to take for GCSEs? Personally, I know what I want to do in the future. Hoola bronzer and the multi-task brush. So I'm quite lucky in the fact that I know what I want to do. What I done was I chose something I enjoy, which is dance, something that will benefit me in the future, which is triple science, and then something that I know will help me get into universities, which is Spanish. Wow, guys, that is a very amazing criteria. I am so proud of myself. What subject would you eliminate from your GCSE papers if you had to pick one? Physics. Oh, I am telling you now, physics is ridiculous. I don't get it. It's just not my strong point. Physics is just a hell no from me. Hell no, Mr. Physics guy. I do not care. Bill Nye the science guy, you're not making me like physics. I'm just making it a very bronze look because we're currently in summer and I want to be looking super duper 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 tan. What is your favourite subject to revise for? Science, because you never really like do the same thing. For example, maths, you always write the number 2 about 50 times, and Spanish, you're just hearing this non-understandable language forever. Science is just always different. Sometimes it's quite difficult, but you're always like doing different things. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows off camera because this video is already quite long. Well, from what I'm seeing, I don't know if I've edited it well. Well done, Mia, if you have. If not, that clap was completely sarcastic. Eliza Lily asked, what do you do when you're nervous for a test? Because I've got SATs next week and I'm really scared. So I feel like by the time this is up, you may have done a SAT. I'm not very sure. SATs are the most ridiculous tests you will ever do in your life. Don't tell your teacher I told you this, but they are pretty much useless. I'm really sorry, but what happens is a lot of people from primary schools are being literally trained how to answer the questions. Because they're so difficult to answer, your school has to literally prepare you to answer the specific questions, the specific protocol for what you have to do to answer that question. And it's not really, you're not learning how to work it out. You're just learning how to pass the test because they're so difficult. What I'm saying is that you don't actually need to worry about them. You're going to do the best that you can do, and that's all that you can do. They are very, very difficult. Okay, so some good YouTubers that I follow are Eve Bennett. Eve Bennett has very, very good things to say. Study with Jess. She has very good things. She has specific videos for specific app. Channel is all about studying and it is very good. I do say so myself. What do you do when you feel stressed about school? I've started using Headspace and I'm on currently the 10-day free trial and it is very good. I have literally fallen asleep to it for like 5 days in a row. So yeah, it is very, very good. I'm feeling nice and Rory red today. Rory, the racing car. Rory, the number 1. A lot of good things to do as well when you get around my age is to look at what universities want from you. So for example, I know that I want to go to university to do medicine and then go on to doing oncology, pediatric oncology. So I personally know my direction of where I want to go, which is quite lucky because I know a lot of people sometimes don't have a clue where they want to go. So I know where I'm looking. So for example, I know that I need to do science A-level, I need to do blah and XYZ. I know what I need to do. And I'm going to use the NYX glitter glue. So my camera just ran out of charge, but it's cool because you guys can see my face up close from my phone. So this is the final look, guys. This is the eye look. This eyelash is coming off because I literally just stuck the glue into my eyeball. Yeah. So this is the finished eye look. It is very pretty, loving it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my amazing tips and tricks to revising. I don't know if it helps you at all. I hope you all have a good week and a good day. I know this is the wrong hand, but remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in my next video.